Yes.
Okay, sure. Thanks a lot. I wanted to ask one question about Global Sustainability Foundation, one about Mr. Ng Lap Seng. Seems that the Global Sustainability Foundation held a luncheon for
Benny, Matthew's talking. Yeah.
held a luncheon for and raised funds for this Ark of Return monument to the recollection of transatlantic slavery. And I wanted to know, one, I mean, pending, this just seems like it's just like a fact. It's on their website. They basically present themselves as the major sponsor of the monument, which isn't really my understanding. But can you find out without? It's not an audit. It's just a financial question. Did they in fact give money to it, and why did they sponsor the luncheon for it? What was in what capacity did they do that?
Again, this is one of the topics for which we expect any relevant information will come out through the audit, so we would await
Can't
for
you
that.
answer just a simple financial question? This
No,
was a
I'm-
monument for
I'm
which
not-
the
I'm not
Secretary
gonna-
General raised funds.
I'm
Like,
not
how
going
much
to-
did they give?
I'm not going to do the work that the auditors are doing. We're waiting for the auditors to go about their work, and we'll see what they have to say. If there's any additional avenues we need to pursue after that, we can do that at that point.
Okay, then I want to ask you another question. Mr. Ng Lap Seng, who's now out on $50 million bail, I guess this is what I want to ask you. Given how he seemed that he sort of penetrated the UN system, including several photo ops with Ban Ki-moon against a blue background in Cipriani's, I wanted to ask you, a major financial newspaper just on cursory research said he's a co-owner of the Fortuna Hotel, which has, quote, this is all from their own promotional material, table dancing by strippers, boasts of attractive and attentive hostesses from China, Singapore, and Korea, and erotic girls from Europe and Russia. And I wanted to know, given everything that's said from this podium about UN women and the need to take these issues seriously, how is it possible? How is it possible that an individual engaged in these activities came to such a position of prominence and closeness to the Secretary General?
Matthew, we do not speak for David and Laksan or his group or his business holdings. Any questions on that have to go to his organizations. The United Nations does not deal with any of the entities, with entities like the ones that you've described.
The money from it was donated to various UN causes. That's what I'm asking you to respond to that pending this unending audit. What do you think of this?
The nature of corporations is that any corporation can have many, many different holdings. I'm not going to comment on all of the holdings of different groups depending upon what they do with the UN. What we're trying to monitor is how the funds from these groups affected the UN and the dealings with the two entities that we've been talking about. That's being audited, and we'll follow up on that. But the group's activities as a whole, that's an issue for other authorities, it's not an issue for the United Nations.
Just to understand what the audit
and
is.
it has nothing, it's actually has no actual relevance to the work that we've done.
So it's just how the money is spent by the UN, not where the money came from?
The audit is designed to follow up on what effect, what impact the activities of the groups and of the monies that they spent have, and that's what we're following up on. Yes.
Sure. A question on the Central African Republic. I just want to ask you to clarify one thing that you said. That, I mean, is the Secretariat viewing the issue raised by the charges of in the Southern District of New York as mostly or entirely related to the PGA? I guess I'm asking this because things like South South News and the founding,
You said
the PGA's office.
Wait, you said Central African Republic first?
I said I have a question on that, but I want you to clarify.
Oh, you're doing your normal thing of mixing topics
I am
together.
doing
That's
it.
confusing.
Many people ask repeated questions. So I wanted to ask you this. Are you saying, because yesterday I'd asked Stefan, at the founding of the Global Sustainability Foundation, there was Mr. Nambiar, there was the spouse of the Secretary General, there was not Mr. Ashe anywhere to be seen. So I just want to be clear, is this an audit about merely two entities, but as relates to the UN Secretariat or just to the PGA's office?
No. It's as we described in the statement before. It's about the UN as a whole.
Okay. On Central African Republic, there seems to be a problem of trucks getting in from Cameroon. There are complaints by truckers, but I'm asking you because it seems to be stopping humanitarian aid from getting in. They say up to 90% of the goods that are supposed to get into CAR come from Douala, Cameroon, and that the truckers say that MINUSCA is unable to protect them, and therefore it's all stopped at the border. Is it actually true, and what is the UN doing to ensure that this material gets into the country?
Well, the UN mission, MINUSCA, has been trying to make sure that there's enough conditions of safety that humanitarian aid can travel freely through the country, and it's continuing to do that. So I don't speak for the truckers, but certainly the UN mission has been trying and has been facilitating deliveries of humanitarian aid, and that's what it will continue to do. Have a good afternoon, everyone.
One quick informative question,
Yeah,
comment.
yeah.
There's this Israeli Prime Minister